What's up, you guys? American, welcome back to my channel. No, you grow up. So today's video has kind of been a long time coming. I started resetting my collection like way back in December. Last month I finally got my Marvel Legends section reset, and I also ended up moving my Power Ranger stuff back over there too. So now my back left corner is just Spider-Man retro card figures, X-Men figures, and now Power Rangers figures as well. So clearly Turtles is the biggest thing that I collect. It's definitely my S tier property. I would say X-Men is definitely my A tier property, and you might be able to argue Power Rangers in there as well. And that's the one property that's not just nostalgia based for me, but the Boom Comics run is like one of my favorite comic runs. It really rekindled my love for Power Rangers, and it's probably my third favorite franchise now. So I'm also going to show you a little bit of the front corner collection and kind of show you how I've changed a little bit of things there since the last video I did on that. I really reduced the space for my Power Rangers and Joes, and I just wanted to expand them a little bit. I only had 2 shelves for each, and that definitely wasn't enough, so Joes now have 3 shelves. Power Rangers have 4, and I kind of mentioned something about this in my last video, but I think I'm going to have a pretty big shakeup in my display coming soon. But that'll be another video for another day, so we're going to look at how things are right now, but they're probably going to change in the not too distant future. So enough talking, we'll take a look at my back corner display. Alright you guys, so this is a corner of my room you haven't seen in a while, so this is where I've usually had my X-Men collection and my Spider-Man stuff. And now I've moved my Power Rangers back here as well, so it's a little bit tighter, and I really like this display now. Even though I just got this reset about a month ago, it probably is going to be changing soon. I'm thinking I'm going to turn this into TMNT real estate and just move everything else to my other corner and kind of downsize a lot of other stuff. But as we're taking a look at this right now, I am really happy with it. Like I said, I finally have my X-Men spaced out the way I like. And I just have, I don't know, this collection is growing a lot for me and I really like it, and it is definitely my second favorite collection for sure. So I definitely don't want to take space away from it when I move it. Up here, I have all my Spider-Man figures on card for now, just because I really do like the way those retro cards look. I like them even more than the X-Men ones, honestly. I don't know why. I liked X-Men more as a kid, but the Spider-Man animated series cards, I don't know, the art was just fucking awesome on them. I just really liked it. Moving down to my X-Men display, I have both the blue and gold teams packed on this shelf for now. The only figure that I'm missing from this team that I really want is Professor X, and if I ever find him for a good deal, I'm definitely going to jump on it, but it's nothing that I'm really in a hurry to do. Again, if you wait long enough, everything comes full circle with this line. So come over here to my second favorite team, X-Force, and just missing one figure on this now too. So once we get Pharaoh, we'll have this whole complete team too. And I know a lot of people either love or hate Rob Liefeld, but I love Rob Liefeld. I love X-Force. I don't know, it's just all super testosterone-y, and I don't know, it was just definitely my favorite book after X-Men. And coming down here is definitely what I consider to be the weakest of the 4 books. I know a lot of people didn't like it when I said that last time, but Excalibur definitely just did the least for me. And I think X Factor, like the kind of second coming, this team right here, it's really underrated. I really like it. I think that's Peter David that took over there. I could be wrong, but I really like that run. It's one of my favorites. Coming over here, this is kind of my main villains shelf, and as you can see, it kind of has this red, white, and blue scheme, and I didn't even mean to do that. It's just kind of the way it worked out on there. And yeah, just some of my favorite villains here. I wanted to keep Jugs and Black Tom together. They're like my favorite duo, my favorite bromance in Marvel for sure. Dropping down here is just kind of more villains overflow and figures that I just don't really have another place to put them. So kind of started working on that like Freedom Force or Brotherhood team over here. So I really need to get that Avalanche figure from that most recent wave. That's the one I want the most out of there that I still don't have. Kind of a little bit behind on X-Men right now. Kind of have like a, I don't know, pre-Outback era team going right there too. I'm going to definitely kind of keep working on that, maybe like just passively. And over here, a couple more villains, and I really just do like this Mojo figure. I knew he was going to go on sale. I saw that coming from a mile away, but I'm still happy I have him. And over here, looking at my Reavers, and this is my first like custom kit bash, whatever you want to call it, figure over here. So I took Reese's head and I put it on Gung Ho's body and I rubbed off his tattoo, and I really just like the way that turned out. Shout out to my buddy Josh who gave me the idea for that. I know he didn't invent it, but he showed it to me, and yeah, I just have a really cool figure now that I'm really happy about. Coming down here to the few Toy Biz figures I have, and then that one little Wolverine turd figure that came with that Mojo pack. But yeah, just a couple that I really like. I really like Cable. He's probably my favorite character from the X-Book franchise. And then this Weapon X figure was the first Toy Biz figure that I ever actually got. Shout out to Josh again, who got that for me for my birthday. Come over here to the animated series shelf. So I went in on all these guys. They're definitely hit or miss. They definitely have some deco issues, which that Wolverine again just drives me nuts that he has that little paint chip missing by his lip. And I put the Apocalypse figure back here too, because I feel like this is kind of where he fits in. I see him more as like the animated version as opposed to the comic book version. And I think I might go in on that Diamond Selects figure because I don't know, he does look pretty good. I've kind of been indifferent about mixing and matching, but it does look like a great figure. So having just 2 shelves for my Power Rangers wasn't enough for now anyway. I might have to consolidate it down again, but I wanted to spread them out. I really like Power Rangers. Like I said, I just really love that Boom Comics run. Taking a look over here at my main Power Rangers team. And I do like having both the Green Ranger and the White Ranger displayed at the same time. That's like my favorite part about the new run for Boom is they do have both a Green Ranger and a White Ranger separately, so it's cool that they do have 7 Rangers fighting sometimes, plus the Omega Rangers. And here's even more figures from the comic. Like I said, it's just a very, very fun comic. It made me love it even more than the original nostalgia for it. So some more of my favorite figures, the TMNT crossover figures. I love these figures. They will always have a place on my shelf, even if I do have to downgrade my Power Rangers. I'll move them in with my Turtles. I'm okay with that. Coming down here to the villains, so the only one I don't have is Snizzard right now, and I'm definitely going to get him. I do like these monster figures. I like that they're a little bit bigger. Yeah, they could definitely use some more deco, but I feel like that's just kind of par for the course with Hasbro anyway. They're never really going to paint these bigger figures the way we want. They're always going to be a little lacking. Coming over here to the Moon Crew, and then I have Alpha and Zordon over there. Very surprised that we still haven't gotten Squat and Babu yet, but I feel like they'll probably be coming in the not too distant future. So coming up here to my front corner, so I'll put the link below for my original tour video over here, but I kind of just want to show you guys what I changed. So I gave the Horde more shelf space because again, they're like my favorite faction from MOTU. And I reduced that shelf below. That had MOTU figures on it before, and I kind of took some of those and put them in the shelf where I had the Horde, but that's where I made up a little room over here. So I really like those MOTU figures, but I think that space is going to get reduced even more here soon. And Joes were only on 2 shelves before, and I expanded them after I moved the Power Rangers out. So I pretty much have all my Joes out right now, except for a couple of the first original figures. So I still do have my double of like Duke, Scarlet, and Roadblock, so they're the only ones I don't really have out. I had the original Snake Eyes out. I actually got rid of all my other Snake Eyes, and that is the only Snake Eyes I have left right now, because why do I need 5 Snake Eyes? The answer is I don't. So yeah, and again, I think Joe's might get reduced a little bit too, which is kind of a bummer, but these are things that I'm not going to get rid of. I'm going to hang on to MOTU and Joe's and stuff like that, because one day I will have more room to display things once we move, and when we have a new house, I do want to get this stuff back out. So I've definitely fallen behind on Joe's. Like, I don't have Dusty, I don't have Stalker, Comax, or Zammot. So once I get caught up on X-Men, I'll try to get caught up on those, since I probably won't have any TMNT to buy for a while, since Super 7 is going to be a ways off before we get anything from them, and hopefully NECA's done for a minute too. These 2 shelves were kind of always the staple back corner shelves for me, my Harry Potter and my Star Wars stuff, but I moved it over here just because I did want to get the Power Rangers back over there and just have a little bit more solidarity in that back corner. So the front corner is just kind of more of a hodgepodge area right now, but yeah, I'm probably always going to have at least 1 shelf of my Star Wars, 1 shelf of my Harry Potter, and I think that's what a lot of other brands are going to get cut down to, is 1 shelf, and then I'm just going to have a lot more room for my X-Men and Power Rangers. Coming down here to my Ewok Village, just a really cool place set, really happy to have that. And then my main 2 good guys and bad guys shelves for MOTU. So if I keep my MOTU out, those will probably be the main characters that I do keep out, just because I feel like they are like kind of the main characters. But coming down to my Transformers, so these are the last 2 shelves of Transformers that I have. These are all I have, and again, I think it'll be pretty easy to put some of those away and just have like maybe a couple out for representation on like one of my side shelves over on the lamp or something. My anime stuff, I actually am going to give more room to too, because I mean, I like buying manga, I like reading manga, it's very entertaining to me. I like reading it as much as I do regular comics, so that is something that I am going to keep space for as well. I really like this stuff. I really like the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figures. I'm actually going to dive back into Dragon Ball here soon, and the Lego stuff is probably going to get moved to my office at work here soon, so this is probably going to be the last time you see some of this stuff. Probably same with Ghostbusters. I think Ghostbusters are going to come to work with me as well, and yeah, Muffin came in here to help out as well, so another look at her second time on camera. Alright you guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this one. So I hope you enjoyed this. I know a lot of people here are just here for Turtles, but I know some of you guys do like my other crap too. Like, that's one of my favorite things. I like it when I discover someone for one reason and then I find out that we have more things in common as well. Like, there's one podcast I listen to that is about retro video games, and they just started one for Simpsons, and I'm more excited about that one than I am the video game one, which is initially what got me there in the first place. So yeah, just thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for liking, commenting, and just being supportive of me. Can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So that's all I got for this one. Take it easy, be safe, and I'll catch you later. Peace.